What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're meeting someone that's going to just make you want to go up and hug your mom and thank her for not being anything like this lady. Trust me, just keep watching and see how badly she screws over her own son when he has to move out for college. It's kind of hilarious and very sad at the same time. Without any more introduction, let's just meet this lady, shall we?
I like to use hair over dental floss. I know it sounds gross, but this just works as a great system. Doesn't cost me anything.
Alright, so starting things off with a bang, this woman actually just gets an individual hair that got pulled out by her hairbrush and goes to town with it and starts using it for flossing. No, to all you 7-year-olds out there, not the Fortnite dance. She's just putting her hairs in her mouth and cleaning between her teeth with them, which is nasty. Again, I'm no expert on this stuff, and I'm not going to claim to be, but I feel like that's really, really gross to be putting that hair with all those germs and bacteria all over it. Just think of how much it comes in contact with throughout the day, and you're putting all of that hair into your mouth and just contaminating it. Isn't hair super oily too? Like, I'm assuming that stuff isn't the best to be putting right up into your gums.
Love of my life, love of my heart, my son Alex is gonna be moving out soon, so now we're really tightening the purse strings.
So that's right, this woman shares her house with her son who is about to go off to college. If I was the son of a super cheapskate like this woman, I would honestly be pretty hyped to be moving away and finally have my own place to go where I'm not judged for spending $2 every couple of months for actual dental floss. So she is enforcing all of these weird saving habits on this kid in hopes of it sticking with him for when he goes away to college. But you know, the problem with parents like this that are just super strict about enforcing these ways of living that they are used to, but they try to enforce it on their kids, is that when they go too hard with this stuff, as soon as your kid gets the freedom and moves away, they're gonna rebel and do the exact opposite.
My mom wants to save money for me for college. I have to grab a measuring cup and a cup I'm gonna pour it in because I have to make sure it's only half a cup full.
This dude has to break out the measuring cup anytime he wants any orange juice in the morning. That is just a complete level of psycho from the mom that I would not want to live with. Imagine being super thirsty, but knowing that you already drank through your rationed half a cup of orange juice that day, and you can't get any more until you wake up the next day. That's kind of cruel that she even imposes that rule. It's not like he's gonna drink a whole gallon of it every single day. At least let him get however much he wants when he wants it, lady.
Alex really gets irritated with things that I propose on how we can save money around here.
Well, I'll see you later.
Love you. Bye.
Gee, I wonder why you got him drinking orange juice like you're living in the Great Depression and have all of your groceries rationed. I get that she's a single mother, so saving money wherever she can is probably very important as it's not cheap to support yourself and another fully grown human who's about to go to college. But still, I mean, loosen up on the reins a bit, woman. Your son is going to move away and realize how lit it is to pay for his own juice and drink however much he wants. And he's not going to want to move back in that case. Well, not to spoil anything, but that won't even be an option for him down the road.
Every Monday, I go in, I get my latte, then I bring it home. To save money, I usually buy one large cup, and then I ration it out over the days.
Yep, insane habit number 3 here. This woman needs her latte. I mean, I don't blame her. A lot of people do. It's definitely something that helps with those annoying early mornings where you completely lack any and all energy needed to start your day. But instead of just buying a coffee machine, what does she do? She buys one large latte every single Monday and then stretches it out and sips only part of it for like 4 days in a row. Yes, she actually stores it in the fridge and just reheats it every morning to enjoy another 2 ounces of it or whatever she uses as a way to portion it out.
The lipstick marks indicate how many times that I've had to reheat this cup of coffee.
This is just nuts to me. I mean, how could that even be enjoyable on just the second day alone, let alone a few days after the purchase?
On maybe the 3rd day, seems like you get this film on top that you gotta take off. That part's disgusting, but there's good stuff underneath that.
Oh my God, you guys. I could vomit. I really mean it this time. I actually had to look away from my screen when she just pulled this clump of disgusting film off of the top of her latte. Just skip the lattes entirely if you want to be that frugal, but please stop it with the storing coffee in the fridge for the whole week routine. I really don't think that's very safe, lady.
Her coffee moments are probably the most absurd. Coffee cup's like all stained and has lipstick all over it, and it's just kind of gross.
Kid, kind of gross is an understatement. I mean, I know she's your mom and you gotta be nice in these interviews, but you can just say it, we're all thinking it. That is nasty. No person should be storing moldy coffee cups in their fridge just because they want a latte every morning but don't want to have to pay for one. It's not really one of those negotiable things. I mean, we all know that coffees and all that stuff are super expensive. So if you want to live that lifestyle and have one every morning, you have to do it fully. You can't be doing this halfway good latte in the fridge routine that you might get sick from.
I keep my chewed pieces of gum in the freezer because it helps preserve the flavor. I usually chew one piece every 3 days.
All right, this is where I'm just flabbergasted by this woman. Yes, I just used flabbergasted in a sentence. It might be the coolest word ever invented, but besides that, why does this woman freeze her own gum just to repeat chew it for the next couple of days? Where did she think of this weird system of storing mundane purchases that you definitely don't need in her fridge so that she can have days worth of use out of them? I don't think it's required that you have gum, but even if it is part of your daily ritual, just buy a pack of gum for $1, please, and just eat it like a normal person, I'm begging you. Gum really is not that expensive either in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it is just kind of a luxury purchase, I guess you can see it as that, as no one needs to be chewing gum. But seriously, you need to just find someone with a Costco membership and you'll have a year's worth of gum for like 20 bucks.
Food can be a distraction to other things that we need to get done.
I like that crab, it's good.
Alex and I will eat a buffet every day, once a day.
She don't even want to cook food, bruh. She just takes her and her son to this buffet every single day, and they get their day's worth of sustenance in like an hour, and that's it. These two are taking intermittent fasting to a whole nother level, man. Plus, I don't think I've really seen a cheap buffet. I mean, it's still got to be at least, what, 12 bucks a person? So I'm surprised, honestly, she doesn't sneak a plate in, load it up, and then keep that in the freezer so that she has half a week's worth of food. I mean, she does it with gum and coffee. Why not do it with a sketchy buffet food too, right?
I grew up going to buffets a lot, and she would really make sure I had a lot to eat and have that last us.
This kid sounds so depressed every single time he talks, and I mean, I get where he's coming from. That could not be a fun way to have you live day by day just because your parent is super crazy about saving money. But just wait, here's where she is about to drop the hammer on him.
You know, I'm gonna miss you. You know, I'm gonna miss you a lot. You're the light of my life, and I wanted to talk to you about something. Now, your room. I want to sublet your room.
Oof. Yep, that's right. The mom is all like, you know I love you, son. You're seriously one of my favorite people ever. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, enough with the mom talk. Listen, kid, I want to rent your room out to a stranger since you're going to college, and this really isn't negotiable. Thanks. But don't worry, kid. When you're back in town on your summer break or winter break, you'll be able to stay in a nice, clean motel, according to your mom. Oh, but don't expect her to pay for that since she can't even eat more than 2 pieces of gum in half a week, or else she thinks she has gone over budget. So yeah, you're not welcome back whenever you're off school. Enjoy college.
So guys, real quick, I have a super fast challenge that only takes 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just give it a try, it really works.
I was expecting to leave with my whole bedroom, but instead all I got was my computer, an air mattress, and some clothes.
That's right, she didn't even let him keep any of his stuff, really. This is just insane how much of a sacrifice this kid is having to make just because his mom wants to rent out his room. He had to leave all of his stuff behind, which is just asinine to me. Maybe that's so that she could get a better chance of someone staying there. I mean, if they knew it was all furnished, they would probably want to live there more, but still. Did he just leave the rest of his belongings there too? Like, who's to say this stranger that's going to be living there isn't a total scumbag and steals all of his stuff? I would be so infuriated if I was this kid. I mean, it's like your mom is kicking you out of the house basically and renting your room while you're away. I would at least want to be able to take all of my stuff with me.
Trying to create boundaries.
This woman is crazy. I mean, I say that a lot, but I actually think she is off of her rocker. She's taping up the house now so that she can find a clear boundary for whoever is moving in here. I mean, she is actually just sectioning off her house in half so that the other person doesn't invade her personal space and vice versa. But I mean, come on, doesn't that seem a little intense?
What is
And
this?
that's a sheet. So
What is...
Yeah, so she just up and hung a sheet across the whole room too, as if the blue tape wasn't weird enough. The only people who are gonna be actually okay with this are just gonna be total weirdos, so she is just setting herself up for a bad time in this case. Who is going to want to live in a place where half of their living room is divided with a giant sheet? You can't explain that to any guests that might come over. The thought process of this mother kind of just blows my mind, like the things she thinks to do are just the polar opposite of what I would think. So after she toured this place to 2 other people who were rightfully weirded out by the fact that she is this maniacal saver who turned off the stove and most of the kitchen appliances and divided the house with a sheet, she finally locates a guy who was able to come in and live in her son's room while paying half of the rent. So I mean, I guess this is a happy ending for her, her and the guy who now has a place to be living, but I mean, the son is really getting screwed over here in the long run, in just every way imaginable. He has had to put up with a half of a cup of orange juice and one buffet meal a day for 18 years, and this is how he's rewarded? Kicked out of his own room when he goes off to college, and he doesn't even get to take most of his stuff. Dude's just got an air mattress he's gonna be sleeping on in the meantime throughout his whole college experience. All in all, man, this mom is absolutely nuts, and like I said, this just gave me an appreciation for my mom. I was never an orange juice guy myself, but if I was, I know she'd let me drink the whole thing in one sitting if I really wanted. Oh, and she didn't force me to eat only one meal a day at a buffet, and that's it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell to turn on notifications and join our lit notification squad. I really appreciate everyone who does have the bell on, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out.